Hey folks, Evil DM here. I am back with another episode of the Evil DM podcast, and this week we're going to talk a little bit about, I keep saying this week, it's today, we'll be talking a little bit about, because this is a daily podcast apparently, or semi-daily, or whatever you want to call it. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about something that came to my attention about taking the game a little too seriously and how it really wasn't meant to be taken seriously. And the best thing I can read is from basically the words of the gaming RPG gaming father himself, Gary Gygax, in the Dungeon Master's Guide for First Edition on page 9, Approaches to Playing Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. A few brief words are necessary to ensure that the reader has absolutely obtained a game form which he or she desires of the two approaches to the hobby games today. One is best defined as realism simulation school, and the other is defined as game school. AD&D is assuredly an adherent of the latter school. It does not stress any realism, in the author's opinion, is absurd or less. It does little to attempt to simulate anything either. Advanced Dungeons & Dragons is the first and foremost game for fun and enjoyment for those who seek to use imagination and creativity. This is not to say that where it does not interfere with the flow of the game, that the highest degree of realism hasn't been attempted, but neither is a serious approach to play discouraged. In all cases, however, the reader should understand that AD&D is designed to be amusing and diverting pastime, something which can fill a few hours or consume endless days as the participant desires, but in no case something to be taken too seriously. For fun, excitement, and captivating fantasy, AD&D is unsurpassed. As a realistic simulation of things from the realm of make-believe, or even as a reflection of medieval or ancient warfare or a culture or society, it can be deemed only a dismal failure. So we're going to stop it right there because I don't need to read the rest. You can go to page 9 of the Dungeon Master's Guide and read the rest of that, which is not much further, but it does go on to say a few more things and to give you a little more advice. The thing that I find often is people will approach the game with a realistic standpoint. And obviously this game is not, or any role-playing game is not realistic whatsoever. You can imagine anything in the world. It's just imagination, nothing more. If you're uncomfortable with imagination, then you should not play an imagination-type game. Simple as that. And I know some people have problems with certain situations when they're sitting at the table and they're not understanding that this is a game that you just play to blow off steam to get away from the real world. And they take issue, maybe something what you said. Now, if it's offensive, absolutely, yes, take offense to that offensiveness. That sounds weird. And if it's not, if it's just something average and someone doesn't know, you have to kind of tell them, and you can't just let it blow by. I suggest if you have a problem with the way someone's running a game or someone's acting in the game, you should definitely talk to the dungeon master or that player individually on the side and never make a stink in the middle of the game, because why? That's just embarrassing to everybody at the table. It's best if you talk on the side. But back to the original point, Dungeons & Dragons is an imagination game. If you have some disconnect with the game, I shouldn't say if you have some type of connect with the game that makes it feel like it's real, then maybe you should be stepping away from the game, because it is nothing more than imagination. Now, I have run into a few people that do take the game a little too seriously and will slam their fists on the table and, maybe get really upset if something bad happens to their character. Those are the people that need to have a little bit of a timeout and get away from the game itself. I don't think they really should be playing the game if they have these type of problems, but that's just my opinion about that. What do you think about people that have problems with imagination and creativity and just connect real life with a game? I understand that some people have some, maybe, I'm not sure, disability disorder. I'm not sure what you want to call it. And they latch on to the game. What they kept saying back in the 80s, that people with mental disorders would play this game and get absorbed into this game, like that movie Mazes and Monsters with Tom Hanks. I've never seen anybody act like that. Not saying that there hasn't, but I have never seen anybody do that whatsoever to the point that they want to kill someone in real life. But as we see, there are kids out there that do take guns and do go out and kill based upon situations that happen in their life. It is sad that this is happening. And maybe if they had games like this, they would have an outlet to express themselves better. I don't know. Maybe they need to be hugged more. I don't know. But tell me what you think about those that take the imagination game and creativity a little too far. And tell me what you think in that. Maybe a voicemail. Leave me a message here on anchor.fm/TheEvilDM. Until next time, keep it original, keep it old school, and good night, everybody.